Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today I thought we would just use a few bits of scrap paper, some recycled card, which is some just old cereal boxes, and we're going to make some little embellishments. So these are little journal embellishments here. Now I'm going to just get my little book here. Now all as I've done, I've added some little bits of scrap card, scrap paper, and made some little tucks for journals. So this is like a just attach it with a bit of string or ribbon, and they just go onto your page, and you've got this lovely little tuck on there, which I think is lovely. How I started was I wanted to do little pockets, and I wanted to put something different on there, so I popped these little bits on here, and I thought they looked really nice. So you could have a little tuck and a little pocket, and it's all made with recycled bits and pieces. And here's one, a very simple one that just says believe on there, and you can attach them. You can just attach them with a back piece if you want to, and have these dingly dangling down, just as like in the little embellishment, or you can attach them to each side of your page as a little tuck. We've got another little one there, which I've just cut a little butterfly in half and popped at either side of one of my words and phrases, which says lovely. Little bit of lace on there. This one I've made with the Friday freebie leaves, and that's Friday freebie 26. So that just sits on your page like that. And this one I've just popped on, and I've added some little dingly danglies on this one. So they are just a little dragonfly there and some beads. So they're quite quick and simple to make, and I think they look really nice. So I'm going to show you how to make these today. So what we need, just a piece of recycled card, some of your scrap paper here, I've got a little pile, and to make the little metal bits, let's have a look. What have I done with this one? This one here, this one which you attach your ribbon or lace or string to, you can either use paper clips like this, so you'd use 2 paper clips either side. I didn't use paper clips on these ones because the paper clips I've got like a little bit that just bends up, so it makes it a little bit too thick. So what I've got this wire here. This is just steel wire, it's just garden wire, and it's at 0.8 millimeters, so it's quite sturdy. I don't know what gauge that would be. So I've just used this. I'm just going to cut a little bit off here. You only need a tiny bit. Let me get my pliers. Chop a piece off like that. So that's all I need, is a piece like that. Pop that to the side. Let's start with the card. So all as I've done, you take a piece of card. This is probably 2.5 inches long. I just bend it up like that and fold it in half. So just do whatever size you'd like, just to mean that would fit your journal. If you want to make them bigger, make them bigger, but all you need is just a piece of card like that. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a little bit of double-sided tape, and I'm going to pop a little bit inside like that. Now you can sew these on the machine, or you can just make sure that they're stuck down properly, so you don't need to sew them. Alright, so I'm going to take this double-sided tape off, so there's a little bit either side like that, and then again you either take your paper clips, you can just have some little cheap paper clips, and you want to stick them either side like that. Okay, so you've got a little bit sticking out there. I'm not going to use those. I'm going to use the wire here. And all as I've done, I've got my little round nose pliers, and I'm just going to bend that like that. So you've got a little piece like that. Okay, so you want 2 of those. Doesn't matter what length they are. Just 2 little bits. Don't make them too short, because they've got to make sure that they stay in here. So all as I've done, I've just stuck that onto the little bit of sticky tape on there, and one on that side. Make sure they're sort of even on there. Oopsie daisy. and stick that on. And all I've done is closed it up. Now I think they're sticking out a little bit too much. Let me just put them in just a little bit. Like that, and just stick it down. Okay. So that's quite simple. So you have that shape, and then all you want to do is just take a piece of your paper. Let's have this one. That's quite pretty, isn't it? Now what we want to do is just pop that inside and fold it over like that. Don't need to do any measuring, not really. So that's the width that we want. So we'll just pop that on there. Oops, that wasn't very straight, was it? Pop that down like that. So that sits inside. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut that off like that. So the piece where you folded it over and you've got the edge here, the opened edge, pop that inside in the inside bit like that, because it will be a little bit safer then. And then what I need to do is just see, you don't want it too long, just want it so it just goes over this little bit, just a little bit. So measure it there, and just eyeball it, and just chop that off like that. Then we can stick this inside, and then I can just chop that little bit off when it's stuck inside. And all I did, I've got my glue stick and stuck this down. Now if you're gonna sew it, don't bother sticking down too much. But if you don't have a sewing machine and you don't want to sew it, then make sure you stick it down with a good glue so it doesn't come apart. So I'm going to just stick that in there. I popped the piece of cardboard in it just to give it the so it's not too wibbly wobbly, because if you just use the paper it would bend too much, and this makes it a lot stronger. So stick that down. Just going to cut a little bit off here like that. Now I won't sew this one, I'm going to leave it as it is, because you can see on these ones where I've just gone round the edge like that. But be careful on your sewing machine that you don't hit your little bits of metal on there. Just go slowly. So that's done like that, so that looks really nice. And then what we've got, I've got a little bit of words and phrases on here, so I'm just going to cut this one down and pop wish on there. It's a little bit too wide, like that. Go around it with my little dauber. My ends come off here, but it still works. I need to get a fresh one. Just like that. And I'm going to just go around the edge on this one as well. Just like that. Now you can make these up without putting anything on them and have them in your stash. So then you can just get them out and use them and stick on words or little butterflies or whatever you like. So then that can just stick on there. Let's pop. What have we got? What did I take out here? Anything? Sure, I had some bits and pieces. I don't know what I've done with them now. I'll cut a little bit of cheesecloth because it's right here. I did have a pile of bits and pieces, but I must have put them somewhere. There we go. Good old cheesecloth. Comes in handy, doesn't it? So I'm going to just stick that on. Oops. A bit of glue. Just like that. And then I'm going to use a stronger glue to glue the word on. Just stick that on like that. so you can have as much on there, so you can put lots of little bits of lace or anything on there as well. So that sticks down there, so I think that looks really nice, really simple as well. Just pop the lid on here quickly. Now I've got my pot of bits and pieces in here, so I've got some sort of like bits of seam binding that I've coloured. So I've got blue one, so you could use a little bit of purple lace on there. Blue doesn't quite go, that one will go, won't it? That's better. Let's put this in here. So all as I do, take a little bit, say that much, just eyeball it, cut that off, and we want 2 lengths, one for each side. Cut it off in a little angle, put that in there. Then what you do is just double it over, just like you would be putting a piece of seam binding or lace or something through the top of a tag. So that just goes through like that, and it just holds on like that, which I think looks really nice. Pop that in. Could do quite a big one with a big sort of with a word on it, or something to put on the front of your journal would look nice, wouldn't it? Just like that. So then you've got a lovely little embellishment to go into your journal like that, and you can just attach these 2 pieces, and I think it just makes it look a little bit different like that, and then you've got a lovely little tuck spot in there, so I think they look really nice. Okay, shall we make a little pocket to go with this one? These are the bits of card I did show you in a previous video where I get a great big bundle of these, and let me measure here. I think they were 5 by 3 inches, and they're just sort of like little bits of office card. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take another bit if I can find a piece that's going to fit. Doesn't really matter what colour, I suppose we could do that one, couldn't we? And that would go over. So what I'm going to do is just going to stick this piece of card, because these are perfect size for pockets, like this. Oops, make sure I've got it the right way round. Stick that on like that. Cut around it. Like this, make it all nice and neat. There we go, and then we've got a little pocket. So again, you could sew around the edges, and how I attached it like that, so that would look really nice then onto a pocket. And all as I did, make sure we've got that in the middle there, and I've just attached these pieces with a little bit of glue and then sewed around it. But again, you can just glue them down, you don't have to sew around them. So let me just make sure they're together. Let's tidy these edges up, it's better. Them on there, make sure we are in the middle. Let's just sticks on there like that, and this glue is really good glue because it is quite strong, nice and tacky and nice and strong. So take that and stick it down, and that sticks on there like that. Perfect. And again, just sew all the way around, so that will hold it on a little bit better as well when you sew it. And then what we've got is a little tuck pocket. Oops, that just sits in there like that. Ooh, actually pop it on an envelope, wouldn't you? That would look quite nice, wouldn't it? Which one have I got here? That would look nice on the top of an envelope. Oh, I like that idea. But there we go, guys. So that's how it would look. I think what I might do on this one, just round the edges on the top, oops, of there, which would look nice. So you can make some of these up with all your little bits of scrap paper and then pop them in your stash for when you're making journals or scrapbook. You can put them in your scrapbooks, can't you, as well, anywhere. But I think that looks really, really nice. So easy peasy, guys. So that's another little craft along with me, using up some scrap bits and pieces. So again, you can use paper clips. Now you want to use the ones which have got the flat. I don't know whether you can see there that these ones have got a lip on it, which is no good because it just makes that bulky. But if you've got some cheap, just go and buy some cheap paper clips, and you can use those as well. Or you can buy this wire from your garden centre, and it's just 0.8 millimeters. Okay, so it's quite thick, but it's very bendy, if you know what I mean. You can bend it quite easily, so it works really well. So there we go, guys. Quick, easy little craft along with me there. And again, use all your little bits. So you've got lots of Friday freebies you can use, and again you can add little bits of dingly danglies in there as well. So there we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Please do give it a go, and thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you soon. All right, guys, take care. Bye bye.